Hey guys, in this video, I'll be adding the Combat Patrol magazine issues to the binder that came in the last delivery. I'm not going to sit here and go through every single one, but I am going to kind of show you the process with the first one, and then cut to showing you what it's like with all of them in, and kind of giving like a little flip through of what it's at so far. Now you can see a lot of the issues I have put these binder ring protectors on. That does add a lot to the thickness. As you'll see at the end, right at the rings, it is pretty thick. Now, this whole subscription is going to be like 88 issues, and as you see at the end, with just 10, it's clearly not going to fit in this binder. I believe they will be sending a total of 4 binders, including this one, so 3 more. And it will fit a lot better. I'm not sure if they're all going to have these dividers or not. As you can see, like, this first section is all the build instructions. Then the next section is paint, which the first issue doesn't have any paint because you don't get any paint in the first delivery. So it goes straight to the lore section. Each page has on it it's like a subsection as well as like a kind of page number, sorta, so that you kind of know what issue everything goes with, where everything goes in order. And you see here that the magazines themselves don't have like any actual binding. They're just kind of, the pages are glued together, and in fact a couple of the pages have kind of come loose and come out already, but you just got to kind of peel them apart. This next section is the collect section, which is where all like the data card kind of pages go, as well as like there's some pages in later issues about naming and your Space Marines and Tyranid characters and stuff, but all that goes in this section. The 2 biggest sections by far are the lore section and the play section, which this is at the end, which has all like the basics for playing, the rules explanations, the scenarios. They almost could have split this into 2 separate sections, with the scenarios being their own as well as like the rule explanations. I don't know, I was kind of hoping one of the issues would show you like how you're supposed to really set this up. If like, I don't even know if I really should be keeping the last pages. I probably won't. Also, I wish these binders had pockets for stuff like the data cards, the physical cards, and stuff that they give you. But in a moment here, we're going to kind of jump to the whole thing done. Yeah, the binder's pretty nice. It's not like a very high quality binder. The print on it's good. Shows all the armies on it. But it's like a kind of cardboard maybe type binder. I assume that's how they're all going to be. Yeah, here I am just kind of going through adding the first couple stuff, and here it is all said and done. Just go look at the cover, and I went ahead and put all the covers in the front. Again, I don't know if we're supposed to be keeping these either. I mean, as of right now, there's no reason not to. And hopefully, and if there's room in the binders with all the issues, then I will keep them, as well as the back pages. But if there's not room, especially, like I said, every single one of these pages, I put those ring protectors on, and the ones that like tear kind of bad, I put a second one on them. So it does add to a lot of things. But here you can kind of see a closer look at how the pages are, where it tells you what section and all that. I think all the build stuff is just going to be in order to get it. Same with the paint, because the paint, as you get more paints, they show you how to update it. Where this first section is just like technique and things like that, explaining how to paint. And then I'm jumping like a lot of pages at a time here, but you can see this is like actually going through painting your models and updating them, and it's going to continue to grow. This one, the section is just going to get really big, actually as we get more models. And I wonder if the premium models, if those are going to have pages or not. That'll be interesting to see. I'm not sure when the first premium models come, so we'll see. And here's the big lore section, which is split into a bunch of subsections. But I assume there's going to be an Imperium, Chaos, and Xenos when we get to those armies. But there's a big Imperium one, then there's a Space Marine subsection, and then the Silver Templars have their own subsection because it's like a focus faction for whatever reason that they're kind of doing a lot of lore on. As you can see, it's like section B, Space Marines. Tyranids have a big section. That's this section right here. And some of these pages do have a lot of lore on them. Like some of these pages are just, it's like a big art piece, a couple little things here and there, a couple little short paragraphs. But then there's some pages where it's like just wall of text on both sides. and just kind of flipping through this. So this is one of the real big sections, and this is fiction. I'm not really sure what this section is. It just kind of explains a couple things. I'll have to actually read through it. And then section E, the Silver Templar stuff, which this, as you can see, that like this is all walls of text, a whole lot of stuff to read. Then we get to the collect section. Like I said, I don't know how they're gonna have us divide up the multiple binders. If we're gonna, like, the first binder is gonna be the first 20 issues, or if we're actually gonna take like one or two of these sections and move those to their own binder. And if I can, I'll keep the covers and the back pages. They don't really have any information on it. Just for the sake of keeping them, I'm gonna keep them. Just because it'd be cool to have them all together. It's going through all the different data cards, different units we've got so far. I think we're getting pretty close to having all the Tyranid and Space Marine stuff. I think all the stuff from Space Marines is the Terminators, which are coming in the next delivery, and then the Chaplain on bike, which I think I saw that doesn't come until like way later. Yeah, this is all the scenarios and rules explanations. A pretty big section, and I also have all the backs at the back of it. Yeah, this is just showing all the different tutorial type scenarios as well as the actual rules explanations, and then it gets into the actual scenarios that you can play through once you have like more models and more of the rules have been explained. This is going to be a very big section because I assume we're going to keep getting more and more scenarios as every time we get new models. There's going to be some new scenario. Yeah, that's where the scenarios start. The Flames of Purification, which I guess it's going to be all the Space Marine Tyranid ones. I wonder how they're going to do it as you get different armies. Like, are you going to sometimes have to pull out one of the Space Marines, like when you get like to the Chaos Space Marines and stuff like that? I don't know. Yeah, then here's all the backs. These I ain't too worried about keeping them. If I do decide to get rid of them, I am going to cut those wound markers off. But yeah, if you liked the video, be sure to like and subscribe. Next video coming Monday, back to regular scheduled content of a real grade high new Gundam. Oh yeah, this is those labels I got. Of 10 issues, I've already used almost that entire box. I want to get a nice big box of those for later on. But yeah, have a good one. See you next time.